188 admitted.
I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. Election Day is November 5th. In Palm Beach County, eligible voters can vote during early voting from October 21st through November 3rd at any early voting location. Visit votepalmbeach.gov to find a location, check wait times, and skip the line by making an appointment ahead of time. Don't forget to bring your photo and signature ID. We can't wait to see you at the polls. Sponsored by the Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections Office.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Y'all keep begging for the man to prove more to you. Hey, he hasn't done this. But what about that? Lamar Jackson's got nothing left to prove, but he's yet to pass Mahomes. Pump the brakes.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. Especially those who decided some years ago, whatever football schedule geniuses, whatever people with great foresight out there that there are within the National Football League decided some years ago that one Monday Night Football game isn't enough. How about two? One ain't enough. Like, what was that, Jay-Z? One ain't enough, I need two. Talking about his twins that were pending back with, man, they got to be like 10 years old now. I'm getting old. One wasn't enough last night because if we were stuck with just the Cardinals and the Chargers, I might have fell asleep. I might have just dozed off into boredom because that was just drool-worthy in the wrong way. How about the Bucs and the Ravens on Monday Night Football? The Ravens get the huge win, 41-31, the final score, meaningless in this one. What really mattered was what we saw from Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, the man who is now the odds-on favorite to win a third MVP, and, again, the leader of a team that is now 5-2 and looks like the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs as they prepare to try and three-peat in this NFL season. It's almost as if, Theo might have told you this all summer long. It's almost as if this is something that was on the tip of my tongue, the Derrick Henry signing. Lamar Jackson's second year in Todd Monken's offense, his adaptability in this new offense, and his ability to be the most efficient passer that he's been in his career. It's almost as if you were listening to Theoretically Speaking, since we started things going in April, all the way through the summer and the offseason, you would have been clued in on this. But if you weren't, sucks to be you. C-Cat's on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos right here. You're a Ravens fan, and you were one of those people who doubted Lamar Jackson, who did, even though he's done stuff like this before, 5 touchdowns and no interceptions, the 5th time in his career, which is tied for second all-time in the history of the league. The dude is only like 27 years old. Even though he does stuff like this day in and day out, C-Cat, you, a Ravens fan, have doubted him time and time again. Do you finally concede that your quarterback, number 8, is number 2 in the league right now when it comes to quarterbacks?
Right now, he's playing like number 2.
Okay.
Right now, Lamar Jackson is playing like the second best quarterback in the NFL. I will concede that. The Ravens have done a great job surrounding him to make him the best that he can be, and he certainly is playing like the best he can do.
Lamar last night, 17 for 22, 281 passing yards. He averaged 12.8 yards per completion. 12.8 yards. And 5 touchdowns. He had as many touchdowns as he did in completions. And most impressive of all of that is that he did so in big moments in the pocket in the exact scenario in which people said Lamar would struggle. The reason why people feel like Lamar Jackson's never going to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback, he did it in prime time yet again, showing you, I have all of the tools and all of the makings of a guy that could win a Super Bowl. In fact, he likely would have won a Super Bowl last year if he didn't run into Patrick Mahomes. Let's go back to one of those big plays from last night. Lamar, you talked about the talent he's surrounded with. Mark Andrews is good. Isaiah Likely is really good. Of course, Zay Flowers is developing into his number one receiver. Last night, he didn't really show it. He was more so a utility guy. Only had one catch, but had a few runs. Lamar Jackson, with the Ravens up by 10 in the third quarter, 7 minutes left, and the Buccaneers, Todd Bowles always great at disguising coverages, rolling coverages, trying to trick quarterbacks into seeing one picture and delivering another one. Here's Lamar Jackson going over the top to a receiver who, though he had over 100 yards and is a former first-round pick, is a nameless type of dude in the NFL right now.
Here's a home run shot for Bateman. Touchdown Ravens.
That was one of 5 passing touchdowns last night, and that's courtesy of Monday Night Football, ESPN's broadcast that Lamar Jackson had. That blew the lead up to 17 points in favor of the Baltimore Ravens. Bateman, by the way, 4 catches, a $121 and a touchdown right there. And Lamar and the Ravens cruise from there on out, because the biggest difference with this Baltimore team this year is they've always been good at running the football. They've never had a guy like number 22 in the backfield. And Derrick Henry was worth every penny of the contract that the Ravens went and got him for this year. I don't want to talk about the Cowboys at all, CK.
Thank you.
Everybody keeps trying to have the Cowboys conversation. Jerry Jones should have had it. Even Jerry Jones went on the record today talking about Derrick Henry again. Shouldn't that be illegal at a certain point?
Yeah, we've had enough. Listen, the only time the Ravens played the Cowboys this season,
yes,
Ravens did good. Ravens won the football game. Henry did good. That's the end of that conversation. Derrick Henry is not on the Cowboys. Point blank period. That's it.
And
close the book.
God he isn't, because the prize that we've been given by having Derrick Henry in this backfield with Lamar Jackson, which is the best pairing of quarterback and running back, I do believe, in the history of the NFL. And you can go back and dig up who you want, Aikman and Emmitt Smith. I don't care who you bring to me. There's no more dynamic pairing than Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry in 2024. And it's got me feeling like I must be the most astute football knower on this planet. Not because it wasn't obvious, but because nobody were giving the Ravens credit for the move that they made this offseason at least enough than I was right here on these airwaves. And it makes me feel like a football genius, C-Cat. And that's where we start today with. Who, either in the NFL or maybe even in college football, has you feeling like a football genius right now? Because the Baltimore Ravens attack in that backfield, whether it's Lamar Jackson, who I told you before the season, and you have guys like Dan Orlovsky on every single ESPN platform saying, oh, Joe Burrow and the Bengals are the one team the Chiefs don't want to see. I said, no, it's the Ravens. Then you have people like Evan Cohen on Unsportsmanlike saying Josh Allen is going to have his MVP candidacy this year. He's going to have the best year of his career, and the Bills are the team the Chiefs don't want to face. I said, no, it's the Baltimore Ravens with the 2-time MVP and Megatron in the backfield in Derrick Henry. And then, of course, you had the up-and-comers, the people that like the new flavor of the day, saying that Stephon Diggs to the Texans was the biggest threat. We'll wait and see on that. What I do know is what the Baltimore Ravens have right now in their 18-pronged attack, their way that they can beat you by so many different ways, with Derrick Henry just pounding the rock on you right after halftime, with Lamar Jackson being an efficient thrower of the football. I think he's like 68% completion percentage right now, 17 touchdowns on the year, having his way. This team feels like the biggest threat to win the Super Bowl this year, and Lamar Jackson has me feeling like a football genius. Who in the NFL or college football has you feeling like a football genius? Somebody that you knew would go out and do something. You felt crazy for pushing it out there, and then now everybody's hopping on board. Now everybody's believing. There's another quarterback that has me feeling that way, and we'll get to him later, who's playing out in the NFC North, and I ain't talking about Caleb Williams. Who in football has you feeling like a football genius early on into this football season? Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline and let us know, because I can't be the only one. I know I'm right about many things, and I get on here and I profess my knowledge to you all, and I make sure I put it on air, because then we can go back to it and play it back for you, and you can say, yeah, that's why I listen to Theo Speaking. Theoretically Speaking is here for me because he delivers the goods, and then everybody piggybacks on it later on. Who in football has you feeling like a football genius, and how is it not for me, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry? Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. Who in football has you feeling like a football genius? And for me, it's the Baltimore Ravens backfield between Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, who I told you would be near impossible to stop, and the Buccaneers found the hard way. You know, the Bucs told it to rock 30 times last night. They told it to rock 30 times. I still don't understand it all the way because running against the Ravens is really tough. Plus, I guess possibly because Mike Evans and Chris Godwin go down in that game. Godwin went down late. That's a whole nother drama that we'll get to a little later on. But they had 125 yards on the ground. Derrick Henry ran the ball half as many times, 15 carries, 169 yards. Didn't get a rushing touchdown, though.
No, he did not. He broke that curse. Remember the first running back since LaDainian Tomlinson back in 2005 to rush for a touchdown in each of his first 6 regular season games. That streak was broken.
But
I thought he was going to break it on that long 81-yard rush from the 8-yard line. I thought that he was going to get there, and all of a sudden, whoever the safety was came from out of the frame to bring him down.
So that's the thing, too. And when you go back and watch that replay, I know Derrick Henry felt ashamed for getting walked down because he's not the kind of guy to get walked down. Also, the other part of trying to catch Derrick Henry from behind is then also bringing him down.
Yeah.
Like, imagine catching up to Derrick Henry because he's so damn fast, and then it's like, oh, now I have to tackle the dude? I actually don't want to do that.
No.
I thought this was just a race.
That's your reward for exerting yourself that much to chase somebody down from 90 yards. You got to essentially get in a car crash by tackling Derrick Henry.
Absolutely insane. He just threw his body at Henry, too. It was not a tackle. It was I'm exhausted. I made it here. I threw my body at him. He had a head start on Derrick Henry. He had a really good angle and a head start if you watch that playback on the 81-yard run, which was one of the more predictable plays you can see happening when a defense is that worn down and you have Derrick Henry in the backfield with a full head of steam. You just know he's going to break one.
You certainly do, man. This Ravens offense is so symbiotic. Is that the word to use? Where every component of it complements the other? Because that extra half second, that extra full second that these guys in the secondary or who are on the linebackers are looking in the backfield because they are threatened, point blank period. They are threatened by Derrick Henry. They are threatened and scared of Lamar Jackson. When either of those guys have the football in their hand, it frees up the receivers and the tight ends to get an extra step on them to make those throws for Lamar Jackson that he has improved upon year over year across the middle of the field. It makes those throws a little bit easier for him, and now you're seeing the progress made. It's incredible.
It's incredible if you are a person who is a fan of the Ravens. It is increasingly frightening if you are on the opposing team or root for a team that has to go up against that attack. And again, of course they lost in that Thursday night football opener against the Chiefs, and everybody boils it down to, well, they were an Isaiah Likely catch away. Let's pump the brakes on that. Even if Likely catches that touchdown, he has his foot in bounds, they would have to either hit the extra point.
They're an inch and a coin flip away. An inch away.
And a coin flip if they went for 2, which they were going to do.
They were going to go for 2, so an inch away, talking about his right foot.
Yeah.
On out of bounds. If he's in bounds, a touchdown, and a coin flip away.
Which is a long way.
No, it's not.
That's a long way from winning that game.
No, it's not.
I mean, tell that to the folks with the Tennessee Titans who lost the Super Bowl by, about 8 inches.
That's exactly
really specific.
That's not a long way. Think Kevin Durant in, Game 7 of the series against the Celtics, where if it was a 3-pointer, they win that series.
But you can't say it's an incorrect statement to say that they were an inch or 2 away off of Isaiah Likely's toe because they still had another objective to complete. And a coin flip isn't even great odds. That's like half the time you're right, half the time you're wrong. That's not an inch away.
And when you have the greatest 1-2 punch in quarterback running back history, not even going to insert the fact that it's rushing quarterback and running back history, I think your odds are better than a coin flip, and those are great odds.
So do you think that the Ravens then, as we stand today, 7 weeks into the football season, of course the Chiefs are the lone remaining undefeated team in the National Football League, thanks to the Vikings being knocked off by the Lions over the weekend. Do you think the Ravens are better built today to win the Super Bowl?
Better to win the Super Bowl over the Chiefs.
Well, I guess they would have to beat them in the AFC playoffs.
Yes. Yeah. Which team has a better chance to win the Super Bowl right now, the Chiefs or the Ravens? Yeah. I would still say the Chiefs.
Okay.
But if these two teams played next week, I would take the Ravens on
Why
Mitchell
do y'all keep
Field.
saying that? You know who else said that? Unsportsmanlike is one of our favorite programs on ESPN Radio's lineup. There's so many great shows. But Unsportsmanlike, 6 to 10 a.m. We got Evan Combs, we got Michelle Smallman, and we got the big homie, Chris Canty, the resident Super Bowl champion. And he said something similar to what you're saying, which I think is so irrelevant.
If the Chiefs and the Ravens played tomorrow, Kansas City's not winning that game. Based on what we've seen from both of those teams through the first third of the season, if the Chiefs and the Ravens played tomorrow, Kansas City is not winning that game. Now, do we think that Kansas City will improve as the season goes on? Absolutely. Why? Because that's what they do every year. They save their best ball for January and February. But what we're getting right now from the Baltimore Ravens, this is just different.
So here's my problem with that. We have data points from the Baltimore Ravens right now. And when I look at their record, they have 2 losses. And then I look over at the Kansas City Chiefs, and has it looked pretty? No. Is Mahomes tied for the lead in interceptions in the NFL right now with 8? Tied with Jordan Love, by the way, who missed 2 games. I mean, he's really doing a good job at keeping up. Like, that's incredible to me. Yeah, sure. All right, I'll concede that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are playing sloppily right now. But correct me if I'm wrong. The Ravens have been pretty much at full strength the whole season. The Ravens and the Chiefs already played each other, and the Chiefs outlasted them. And also, Baltimore lost to the Las Vegas Raiders this year.
This is not a college football playoff resume we're comparing right now between the Chiefs and the Ravens. We're talking about who is better built to beat the other team right now.
This weekend.
Yes, this weekend. And right now, the Ravens have the best offense in football, and they have a top 5 defense in football. So I would think they're better to suit to beat the Chiefs than anyone else in football.
The Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes.
Sure.
And I know it because you can. It sounds like it's boiling it down to simply, and you have your Baltimore Ravens cap on right now. By the way, I've never seen you or heard you sound like more of a fan of the Ravens than right now, and I'm glad that pride is seeping in off of the Monday Night Football win. But it's too soon, and it's an overreaction to say that the Ravens would beat the Chiefs this weekend, or even to say that the Ravens are better positioned to win the Super Bowl. The Chiefs still own that title as the lone undefeated.
But this is unfair.
That's what matters. It's wins and losses in this league, and the Chiefs are undefeated, and they just got done beating the 49ers, who where were they last year? In the Super Bowl.
It's a week-to-week league, and the latest data points are the most important data points when you talk about football. When we get to the playoffs, we won't be talking about the Week 1 loss the Ravens took to the Chiefs, that they were an inch away in a coin flip away from winning that football game. And also, this entire argument is completely unfair.
Yeah, it
is. So transparency for the listener who may not know who either of us are, which they shouldn't know who I am, they should know who you are. You're a Chiefs fan, I'm a Ravens fan. So if I can't back up my guys and say that my favorite football team, the Ravens, are better than the Chiefs right now, I can't say the same thing to you because you're a Chiefs fan and it's Pat Mahomes. So benefit of the doubt goes to who the greatest quarterback of our generation.
Yeah.
So I can't have that same argument back to you, and it's unfair.
It is unfair, but again, it's warranted because of what Patrick Mahomes has done, not just in seasons prior, but literally this year. Like I would cede this debate to Ravens fans or to the general public or to Chris Canty himself if we didn't see those two teams play this year and if the Chiefs didn't currently have a better record as things stand. Now, the Chiefs look totally different than they did then. There's no perspective of Hollywood Brown ever coming back on that roster. Rashee Rice is out for the season. Mahomes has a void of talent around him offensively, including Isaiah Pacheco as well. Like, he's lost pretty much everything around him offensively since that Thursday Night Football game.
Thank you for making my argument for me. Yeah.
And on top of that, and this is a smaller, note, but the guy that was supposed to replace L'Jarius Sneed and Jalen Watson, the corner that's opposite of Trent McDuffie, the all-pro corner, he's out for the season now too, broken leg.
Information I didn't know, but I'm glad I have now because it's proven me correct. And you look at that Thursday Night Football game to start the season between the Chiefs and the Ravens that you are bringing up. Well, Derrick Henry had 13 carries for 43 yards.
That's a Todd Monken problem. And that guy's still your offensive coordinator and your play caller. And I think that Steve Spagnuolo for the Chiefs, who was the best defensive coordinator in the league, he continues to win the mental game over Todd Monken.
Well, it seems as though that he learned his lesson after that game because you look at the rushing totals for Derrick Henry. He's the top rushing running back in the NFL. 84 yards week 2, 151, 199, 92, 132, 169.
But it's something that happens when you see that guy in red on a Sunday. Doesn't that sound familiar? It's something that happens when you see that man with that red shirt on a Sunday on the other side of the sideline that makes people act outside of their body.
That's not going to affect the offense.
It does. It literally does. It absolutely does.
What is Derrick Henry, specifically Derrick Henry, going to do differently when he's going up against Patrick Mahomes?
It's not Derrick Henry's fault. It has nothing to do with 22 on the field. It has more to do with the guy with the headset on and Todd Monken, who's thinking he has to keep up with Patrick Mahomes. How else do you describe last year in the AFC Championship game when the Ravens got to that point on the strength of their run game, on the strength of their ability to at least be multiple and have the teams fear both the run and the pass, and only ran the ball 6 times? How else do you describe going out and getting Derrick Henry over the offseason, playing the Chiefs on the opening night to debut your new shiny toy in Derrick Henry, who's ready to rock, not like he's coming off of injury or anything. And again, like you said, 13 rushes in that game?
13 carries, 43 yards.
Barely gave it to him in the second half. I'm telling you, not because, again, I told you, the Ravens are making me feel like a football genius, but you know who really is a football genius? Is the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, who is at least either he's giving fronts that's scaring Monken off from running the ball, or it's him trying to think that he has to keep up with Mahomes, and he's dialing up all these passing plays, which plays right into the strength of the Chiefs' defense. I don't think it's a Henry problem or a Lamar Jackson problem. I think y'all got a play caller issue in Baltimore, and he's the boogeyman. The boogeyman, Patrick Mahomes, gives him the sweats.
Yeah, these are the highest paid professionals at this very job in terms of game planning on either side of the football. So they're going to learn from mistakes. They're not stupid as much as many football fans and you and I would like to believe after watching some games.
Why didn't he learn from literally, what was the whole angle this offseason for the Ravens? Why didn't we run the damn ball against the Chiefs? And then you play the Chiefs for the very first week, and you don't think that same message was in Todd Monken's head and you just forgot it?
And yet they were still an inch and a coin flip away from winning the football game on the road.
But they couldn't get it done. An inch and a coin flip ain't enough. It ain't what they call it, hand grenades and horseshoes. In the game of football, an inch and a coin flip doesn't get the job done. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Coming off of the Monday Night Football domination for Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Who in football has you feeling like a football genius based on their performance? 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline or hop on YouTube. Our YouTube stream is presented by Prize Picks. You can hop on there at Theo Speaking and tap in. We got Mike Tannenbaum, former GM of the Jets, former vice president of football operations for the Miami Dolphins. He's going to be joining us in a few here. And also, the NBA tips off tonight. CCAT. The NBA. The National Basketball Association tips off tonight. And I can't wait.
That made my girlfriend shriek.
I can't wait.
Out of anger. Because that's the one thing she just is not 100% total out on. Hates when I have it on the TV because she'll give me the baseball, she'll give me the football in any form of football. But basketball, that's where she draws the line. So I have to smuggle basketball into my life.
Yeah. I'm not mad at you for that. And that's the thing. You have to give something, right? That's what relationships are all about. You got to concede some things. There's a little bit of here, a little bit of there. Basketball is one of my non-starters. I got to have that, at least Miami Heat basketball. So I'll be tapped in on that. We'll be giving some Heat checks throughout the year here on Theoretically Speaking as we tap in with the team that I do think is going to far outwin the total that they're giving on Hard Rock Bet. I don't want to get into it now. We'll get into that later. But the Heat going to be a really good regular season team this year. Through 7 games, Derrick Henry has rushed for 873 yards. That puts him on pace for a record-setting season. Derrick Henry, the truck, the monster truck in the backfield for the Baltimore Ravens, has been one of the biggest storylines this season, including Lamar Jackson and his MVP campaign and those Washington Commanders. On the other side, we're going to ask Mike Tannenbaum, who has made him look like the biggest football genius coming off of his priors, who's confirmed his beliefs from the offseason, 7 weeks into the NFL season. Plus, we're going to ask specifically for this Baltimore Ravens team, are they there yet? Have they passed up the Chiefs when it comes to the favorites to come out of the AFC? Mike Tannenbaum has a ear to the ground on these things. He'll know, as well as maybe some trade chatter around the league as we approach that trade deadline for the National Football League. But as the Ravens and the Chiefs chase championships, there's one place that is home to several of champions, and they can help you develop your golf swing and make you feel like a champion every time you walk out there on the golf course. C-Cat, we're going to be golfing on Thursday, right? Thursday morning.
I think that's a plan. Some details to iron out, but I got a round in earlier today.
Did you? How'd you hit them?
107.
Have you broke 100 yet?
No.
Still haven't got there?
No. My historic collapse happened at the same golf course where I believe I was maybe 8 over through 9.
Yeah.
To break 100, that's probably on pace to break 90, let alone 100. And I completely wet the bed and ended up shooting a 102.
Well, if you want to learn how to actually take some of those strokes off of that scorecard, trim the fat a little bit, the Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center is the place to go to, right? They got the best facilities in the area, including an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, and my favorite part of it all is the 2,000 square foot indoor training area with the hitting bays, 3 of them, by the way, cutting edge technology, ball flight technology. You can go in there with your coach, and rain, sleet, or snow, you can train like a pro. That rhymed. The Kaiser Golf Coaching Center, they didn't even tell me to say it like that. In the heart of Palm Beach County off of I-95 and the Turnpike, KaiserGolfCenter.com. KaiserGolfCenter.com, that's where you can tap into right now if you want to be able to get into the game and just get a little better. They train people from the amateur level all the way up to people that are playing like pros already. Train like a pro with the Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. Mike Tannenbaum joins us on the other side. We get some football takes off of him. Also, C-Cat, man, those 49ers, the injuries that have piled up, the losses, they're 3-4 right now. I said it all off season 2 on this one. They're starting to make me feel like a football genius. The Niners are more likely to miss the playoffs than they are to get back to the Super Bowl. And right now, as it stands, would you say the Niners are on track to make the postseason?
They're not on track, but I think they'll correct course.
I think absolutely not. We'll ask Mike T that on the other side as well. That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey with Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Is your credit on life support? Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. Local bank representatives will be on site to grant special approval to consumers who meet certain minimum criteria. If you have a job bringing home $350 weekly, the credit clinic at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach wants to approve you so you can drive home your new Kia today. Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. Hello, is this thing on? I repeat, Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach will be hosting a credit clinic at the dealership today and tomorrow. If you have a job bringing home $350 weekly, the credit clinic wants to approve you for a new Kia today. So what are you waiting for? Don't miss the credit clinic today and tomorrow at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Call 800-NEW-KIAs or go online at greenwaykiawestpalmbeach.com.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Credit affects down payment and approval term.
Time now for a PNC pause. PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the lives of the customers they serve in the South Florida community. See how at PNC.com. You're listening to ESPN 106.3.
Welcome to Homestead Miami, your home for the racing high life. A track as vibrant and colorful as South Florida. An Xfinity and Craftsman Truck Series playoffs doubleheader on Saturday. A Cup Series playoffs showdown on Sunday. And it's all caliente.
Side by side for the race lead.
NASCAR playoffs weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway, October 26th and 27th. Get your tickets now at homesteadmiamispeedway.com.
Hell of a job, guys.
Palm Beach County's premier college football event is back. Don't miss the 2024 Boca Raton Bowl, Wednesday, December 18th from FAU Stadium and broadcast live on ESPN. Last year's game saw in-state Rising Power USF beat Syracuse out of the ACC. What will this year's game have in store? Big names, big teams, big action. The 2024 Boca Raton Bowl, December 18th at FAU Stadium on ESPN. Don't miss out. Find out more at BocaRatonBowl.com.
The Bud Light Football Tour is back as Florida State takes on University of Miami. Join the ESPN West Palm Street Team this Saturday, October 26th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Boulevard in Boynton Beach. Come show us your football skills as we'll be giving away tickets to a University of Miami game. Drink specials include buckets of Bud Lights for $20 and $25 for Ultras. Must be 21 or older to participate. Southern Eagle reminds you to please drink responsibly.
I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. Tuesday, November 5th is Election Day, and the polls are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Find where you vote at votepalmbeach.gov. Remember to bring your photo and signature ID. If you still have a mail ballot, you can either vote in person at your polling location, drop it off at one of our drop-off locations during designated hours, or bring it to our main office by 7 p.m. on Election Day. It's an honor to serve and ensure your vote counts. See you at the polls. Sponsored by the Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections Office.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
New developments ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Hey, it's your boy JC. You know how much I love Hard Rock Bet, Florida's only legal sports book. So easy to sign up, so fast and easy to deposit, and even better to withdraw. That's right, win free money. Use your PayPal, your Venmo, credit cards, your bank account, whatever you want. There are thousands of props, parlays, live wager, which means during the games and matches and fights, who and what you think is going to happen. You can bet anywhere in the state of Florida. Get started now. Download the Hard Rock Bet app from the App Store or the Google Play Store, or just go online to hardrock.bet. So easy to use the app. And by the way, if your first bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back for another shot. Hard Rock Bet, up to $100 back. If your first bet doesn't win, you get another chance at it. Perfect time of year, Olympics, getting into football, and everything you'd want some action on. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Rubenstein Law. 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Car accident, truck accident, Uber or Lyft accident, or a slip and fall. Call Rubenstein Law. Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL and visit one of our offices throughout Florida.
Doing right by a player that you care deeply about and you want to be a first-class organization. And then on the other side of it, it's like what are our options and, what can we do to get better? The chances of changes are very high. Like, no one's that's just the reality of it, right?
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Former General Manager of the New York Jets, former Vice President of Football Operations for the Miami Dolphins, current sailor, current potty mouth, guy that's trying to get us fired off of these airwaves here at ESPN 106.3. Our friend Mike Tannenbaum joins us here to talk some football on a Tuesday. And can you promise to keep it clean today, Mike T?
I was just hoping to prepay the fines. Maybe we could get the group rate or something.
I mean, we got to figure something out here. I'm like, man, for it to happen once is fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Now we have the dump button. Literally, C-Cat has to keep his finger glued to the dump button when you're on air. Now we're treating you like we would like a Mike Tyson or something. If you're doing an interview with him, you got to be hesitant. That's the same as Mike T here. What a weekend, right? What a weekend of football. How'd you enjoy the doubleheader on Monday Night Football?
Boy, I'll tell you what, we're in a great time of the year, guys, right? I mean, all sports, from the Liberty winning the WNBA to baseball, but right, cut it through it all. Like, I thought what we saw last night was probably the best team in football in Baltimore, and I think the reason for that, guys, is if we're defending the Baltimore Ravens, what do you take away? Do you take away Derrick Henry? Do you take away Lamar Jackson? And I think their offense is virtually unstoppable at this point.
Yeah, C-Cat is doing a celebration parade here thing in the studio. I know you can't see him, Mike T. We were just having this debate. As you know, C-Cat's a Ravens fan. I'm a Chiefs fan. And it feels like everybody's getting a little too prisoner of the moment. We heard Chris Canty say if the Ravens and Chiefs played next week, he's got Baltimore. We're hearing people say that Lamar has passed Patrick Mahomes as the best player in the NFL. But is that kind of how you feel, this Ravens team, because of how dominant that offense can be, and then also the defense, obviously very complimentary? Do you feel like the Chiefs would be like the underdog if those two teams matched up?
Well, I mean, the great thing is they've already played, and your team won. I mean, that's the bottom line, right? I mean, Isaiah Likely, by a foot. But look, I think what's really interesting about this season is Kansas City's undefeated, but they've really changed their team. Like, that's a defensive team, and their offensive tackles aren't great. If they didn't have Superman back playing quarterback, we'd really be talking about probably an average offense. But really interesting about those two teams in particular is they've changed the narrative. Derrick Henry just gives them such a different offense, and I think, again, for Kansas City, like, watch that game against San Francisco. It was really their defense that carried that game.
Yeah, it was. They had Brock Purdy in a pretzel all game long. Mike Tannenbaum joining us here on Theoretically Speaking. Who has made you feel like a football genius based off of what you perceived this offseason and now what you've seen through 7 weeks of the NFL? Because for me, I said it, definitively that Lamar Jackson is the second best quarterback in the NFL, and here he is on pace for an MVP. I said that Derrick Henry was the most important offseason addition in the NFL, and here he is on pace to break the record for most rushing yards in a season. Who has it been for you, Mike T, that makes you feel like a football genius? Because, I mean, I guess you already are one, right?
I don't know about that, but, look, I think a team like the Chargers, I thought that was pretty obvious that they're going to invest in their offensive line. They got Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert, and they're going to be discernibly better. And I know they, stubbed their toe last night, but I'm hard-pressed to think that by the end of the year, guys, that they're not one of the 7 best teams in the AFC and they'll go to the playoffs. This is a team a little bit like Buffalo to me, like they needed to add another receiver, and credit Buffalo, they got Amari Cooper. But I really like the trajectory of where the Chargers are heading.
What'd you think on that that DPI call for the Chargers on that what would have been game-winning drive there? What'd you see on that one?
Yeah, tough call. But look, I think over the course of 17 games, like those things are going to equal out. I think more importantly, I think Jesse Minter has done a great job with that defense and a good player. And Justin Herbert, when healthy, to me, he's a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, and also, like, you got to blame the fans there. You got to throw the water bottles on the field if you want calls overturned. That's what we've learned from this football weekend. Mike Tannenbaum joining us here on Theoretically Speaking, talking some ball. What about on the other side? Is it time to push the panic button? Everybody was, head over heels, the most can't-miss prospect in the history of the wide receiver position, and he's got the name to go along with it, Marvin Harrison Jr., and he's had dud after dud after dud. What's going wrong there, and is it time for people to panic on, is this guy going to be a bust?
Yeah, I think that's way too soon. Look, 3 weeks ago we were having those same questions about Caleb Williams, and we've seen how the last couple of weeks have gone. I think he'll be fine. I think, he's adapting to a quarterback that's height deficient. I think that's part of it. And Kyler Murray's making more plays right now. Like, he had some huge plays with his legs again. I think, Marvin Harrison is just too talented, and he'll be a guy that scores a lot of touchdowns because of his size. And I think he'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, it's funny because now, Marvin Harrison dealing with a height-deficient quarterback. In college, he was dealing with a talent-deficient quarterback. We just got to get this guy somebody that's up to par with the great Marvin Harrison Jr., and I'm saying that as somebody who drafted him in a Dynasty Fantasy Football League. I'm very, very sad. Mike Tannenbaum joining us here on a Tannenbaum Tuesday on Theoretically Speaking as we talk some ball. Going into Week 8, who do you look at as the team that definitely has to escape with a win? Because I said it all offseason as well. The 49ers are more likely to miss the playoffs than they are to get back to the Super Bowl. Now they've lost Ayuk. We don't know the status of Debo. CMC won't be back, and they've got a Dallas Cowboys Sunday Night Football game this weekend. If they lose that, they drop to 3-5. I feel like they are in super-duper must-win territory. Who is it for you that you think in the NFL has to get a dub in Week 8?
Yeah, I think it's the Jets. They're sitting there 2-5. They just added Devontae Adams, Hassan Reddick, changed their head coach, and it's getting late early. This is a team that I think their defense is good, guys. I just don't think it's great. They've had trouble stopping the run. But I think, for the New York Jets, they got to get a win, and they're playing a very winnable to go up to New England, and I think this is a really important game for the Jets.
Yeah, on the flip side of the result of that Sunday night football game with the Steelers, what did you see from Russell Wilson and that Steelers offense against the Jets defense? Going out on a limb was head coach Mike Tomlin by going with the veteran quarterback over Fields, even though the Steelers were 4-2. How did you like what you saw?
Yeah, I thought he was good. I thought Justin Fields, to be candid, guys, I don't know what he did to lose the job. It hasn't been great, and I know Russell Wilson brings an element of explosion and getting the ball down the field, but I thought Fields was playing, well enough not to have lost his job, but certainly, they were able to, complete some passes down the field and get Pickens going, which is obviously a big help, and at home with that defense, that's going to be a tough combo to beat.
Half that locker room, or even more so, that we're definitely behind Justin Fields, and we're excited for him as the quarterback of their team. You, of course, being a former GM, would you like your coach to make a decision like that could be polarizing for the locker room, just for general morale, even if it makes sense X's and O's wise?
Yeah, I think that's one of the geniuses of Mike Tomlin is, he has a culture where he can do that and just say, hey, I'm going to play the players that I think give us the best chance to win, regardless of what you think. And, look at the results. Like, they've done such a good job year in and year out of, just replenishing. And I think defensively what they've been able to do by getting guys like Joey Porter now, where you could turn the ball over, pressure the quarterback, and play the way they do, it gives you a margin for error on the other side of the ball. So I think he's one of the few coaches that can get away with doing that.
Mike Tannenbaum, former GM, joining us here on Theoretically Speaking. We had the Lions knock off the Vikings, leaving the Chiefs as the lone undefeated team in the NFL right now. But it had me thinking about head coaching candidacies for this upcoming offseason. I'm curious for you, if you could put your general manager hat back on, I want to name two people, and you tell me who you would be more eager to hire this coming offseason. Ben Johnson with the Detroit Lions, that looks like he's probably going to get double the bag he would have demanded this past year, or Bill Belichick?
Ooh, great question. Yeah, I'm going to go with Coach Belichick. He's the all-time greatest, and look, I think Ben Johnson's going to be really good as well, but I think both those guys, Stanley, will be head coaches here in a few more months. But I think we can get somebody of what Bill's accomplished, that would be something really hard to pass up.
Is Ben Johnson, obviously, when you're dialing up multiple plays to throw touchdowns to your tackles, it's like you're deep in your bag, and apparently they have more. Like, when's the last guy to be that, like, hotly contested as a guy that should be the next head coach and then go back and prove himself again? Like, is this like, when's the last time we've seen a guy do what he's been able to do so far these past couple of years with the Lions?
Yeah, it's been a minute. And, look, Jared Goff, guys, I was fortunate enough to call that game with Steve Levy on ESPN radio. And by the way, for 3 hours during that game, I did not swear. But
oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. He's really a professional. That's
But in that Lion-Viking game, I thought the best player on the field was Jared Goff, and Ben Johnson deserves that credit, Theo. So he'll be as hot as they come. Teams will look at, hey, whoever it may be, we got to go resurrect, the next Sam Darnold, the next Baker Mayfield, or Geno Smith, and Ben Johnson's well deserving of that opportunity.
Can't wait to see where he goes. C-Cat, you had something on the way up?
Yeah, on those two options you gave, Ben Johnson. On the other option, Bill Belichick. Now, you know him better than me and Theo do. Is there any chance, and I mean any chance, that Bill Belichick says, you know what, this year away from football, I've got a new girlfriend. This media stuff is pretty easy and pretty fun. I don't really need the day-to-day stresses of football back in my life working as a head coach. Is there any chance that he actually says, sayonara, I'm good?
I don't think so. I think, it's too much in his blood. It's a great question. I think he's done a really nice job with the media, but I would be surprised if he got the opportunity, if he didn't, go back in and chase, the all-time wins record from Coach Shula.
He might be already angling for that Patriots job, the way he's been talking. That would be impossible. But Mike T, appreciate you pulling up on us. We'll catch you next week. And thank you again for going a full 15 minutes with no swears.
Adios.
Look at that in-season improvement by me.
Yeah, it can be done. You are the new, you're the next Sam Darnold here. Thanks again, Mike T. We'll catch you next week.
All right.
That's Mike Tannenbaum. Of course, he joins us weekly here on Tuesdays, always in the same time slot. I like that regularity there, and it's always brought to you by Eisner Amper. Mike T there, are you surprised? Are you surprised at all that he went? I thought he would have went Ben Johnson, but I guess Bill Belichick is a colleague, so he's just saving face there?
If you're getting the same price, no, I don't think it's just saving face. I think you have to go with the legend because it's not like head coaches need like great ligaments and need those 20-year-old knees that you have when you have a legend at quarterback where their skills deteriorate. The greatest of all time because of his brain. And if you have a chance to bring that brain into your organization, I don't care for how long it is, I think you do it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But look, have you seen what Ben Johnson's been dialing up?
That's great. We've seen great offensive coordinators flare out in this league many of time.
Yeah. I guess we'll see. And that also is Dan Campbell's doing. I mean, he set the culture really well in Detroit. They drafted really well. They kill you in the trenches, and that does free up a guy like Ben Johnson to be able to have his way. When you're winning up front like that, it's it makes an offensive coordinator's job much easier. Oh. Is it trivia time here, theoretically speaking?
Theo's trivia time.
We got to find a name for this when it's just me and not me versus you.
Yeah. I don't. Theoretically speaking, trivia doesn't really roll off the tongue. Theoretically trivia? All right.
Yeah, let's just go with that for today, and we'll see where it takes us.
There is no doubt about it. This combination of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry is historic in terms of the skill both these guys have running the football. Obviously, it's in the job description as a running back to run the football and stack up the yardage. Not always for the running back, but Theo Dorsey, I have a question for you. Since 1970, there have been a number of teams that have had a top 3 quarterback and running back in rushing yards. The last duos happened in the same year, in 2012. It looks like Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, they're going to be one of those duos, but the last time someone's done that in the NFL was 2012. 2 different duos, 2 different teams.
Wow.
Can you name those duos for me? Again, these are 2 different duos in the NFL, quarterback, running back, who both were top 3 in rushing yards. Of course,
for their position.
Yes, for their position.
Okay.
Top 3 rusher for running backs, top 3 rusher for quarterbacks.
In 2012. Okay, so in 2012, which quarterback, running back duo were both top 3 in rushing for their position? One of them is super easy, and now I got to really go into the think box to figure out the second one. We'll give the answer on the other side. Plus, oh man, Wendy promising it. It's going to happen. History's going to be made in Staples Center tonight, not Staples, Crypto.com Center, whatever they're calling it these days in LA, and I can't wait for it. We'll talk about that on the other side with Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Join us for the Coors Light College Football Game of the Week as we feature Florida State taking on Miami. The ESPN West Palm Street team will be at Mulligan's Beach House in Jensen Beach Saturday, October 26th from 7 to 9. Enjoy $2.50 drafts and $15 buckets of ice-cold Coors Light. Show us your tailgate toss skills for a chance to win prizes, courtesy of Palm Beach Autographs. Must be 21 or older to participate. Molson Coors reminds you to please drink responsibly.
ESPN West Palm and Humana are proud to recognize military veterans within our local community. Our Veteran of the Month is Colin Durant. Colin served 5 years in the United States Navy, with additional service as an FMF corpsman in the U.S. Marines. Colin resides in West Palm Beach and continues to be an inspiring presence in the veteran community. He is a proud owl, graduating from Florida Atlantic University with a master's degree in business. Colin is an avid sports fan. His favorite teams are the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Phillies. His favorite athlete is Kevin Durant. Join us in extending our heartfelt gratitude to Colin for his unwavering service, sacrifice, and continued dedication to his fellow veterans. Colin Durant is the Veteran of the Month presented by ESPN West Palm and Humana.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Does your business leave a lasting impression? Attractive, eye-catching signs help you stand out from the crowd and create a strong brand identity. Our team at Signorama West Palm are experts in helping your business get noticed and get effective signage in front of your potential customers. Our team can turn your blank windows or plain vehicles into money-making branding machines by drawing customers' attention to your business. So if you're looking to leave that lasting impression, call us 561-687-7993 or visit signoramawpb.com.
Lease the new 2024 Range Rover Evoque 250S today at Land Rover Palm Beach for only $499 per month with a 42-month lease and only $47.50 down, plus fees and first month's payment. Head over to Land Rover Palm Beach today, located on Okeechobee Boulevard just past the Turnpike, or visit LandRoverPalmBeach.com to set up a test drive of the new 2024 Range Rover Evoque 250S. Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
This one's really tough because 2012 feels like such an ambiguous year. So as I try and gear up for the answer for this trivia question, CK, which I'll let you redeliver, I'm trying to remember where the hell I was in 2012 and what was the state of the National Football League. But give the trivia question again, please.
So the last time we had a quarterback and a running back who were top 3 in rushing yards in their position was 2012, when 2 different quarterback-running back duos did just that. Who were the duos and what were their teams?
All right,
2012.
So here's what I remember about 2012. It was my sophomore year of college. I remember I was in the same apartment that ended up getting burglarized and then shot up a few months later, because I remember that was the same year that the lights went out in the Super Bowl when it was Ravens versus 49ers, the Harbaugh Bowl.
Yeah.
And the Ravens won that Super Bowl against the 49ers, who were quarterbacked by Colin Kaepernick, who I would have to assume was in the top 3 of rushing. So I know the 49ers duo was one. I just cannot for the life of me remember who his running back was. And I'll table that one. It's Kaepernick, and I'm going to put here temporarily Frank Gore because I just cannot think of it, but we're going to table it. I won't answer that one yet. The other one, like Cam Newton feels like an obvious answer here. I don't know if Robert Griffin was in the league yet. Was this his freshman? Was this his rookie season? Like, am I allowed to look up Robert Griffin's draft day?
No.
No?
You got to fire from the hip.
That's what makes it tough, is the Robert Griffin angle of this. I feel like RG3 had his Heisman year of Baylor. It feels way too early for RG3, but it was his rookie season. So I'll go with the first one, which I know is wrong because I can't remember the Niners running back at the. Oh wait, I do remember. He was the guy. Matt Forte, and Colin Kaepernick. Frank Gore? Who was his running back? Because I'm getting that one wrong.
Whoever you answered, you weren't going to get it correct.
It was wrong? It's not even Kaepernick?
Not one of the. No, Kaepernick was not top 3 in rushing.
All right.
He was top 4 in rushing.
Wow.
However.
Okay, so it's Cam Newton and D'Angelo Williams is the other one. Michael Vick and LaShawn McCoy? Oh, my God.
Cam Newton was top 3 in rushing, but
Jonathan Stewart.
No. Let's see. He was no.
Okay.
None of the Carolina running backs scratched the top 10.
Alfred Morris and RG3.
All right, you got one of the two. Got one of the two.
I am his. All right.
I don't get it because off the air, you go, I got one of them.
That was it.
The one
I had was RG3 and Alfred Morris, but then I overthought it.
Why wouldn't you answer that first if you had that rock solid and you didn't know a second?
Well, I thought that Colin Kaepernick was rock solid.
Wow.
I really did, because he made the Super Bowl that year, and that was the year he was running all over the place. But you said he was top 4?
Yes, and then as far as San Francisco, Frank Gore was 10th in rushing that year.
But he was his running back.
Yeah,
I
Frank
got that
Gore
part of it
was-
right.
yeah,
Okay.
yes.
All right, so
Got one more duo.
and it's not Cam Newton or RG3, or it is RG3 and Alfred Morris. I will go Marcus Mariota and who was this running back? Was it Derrick Henry? No. Was Marcus Mariota in the league? Probably not. All right. I'm getting crushed. Oh, Derrick Henry wasn't in the league yet. So it was Marcus Mariota and whoever the hell the Titans running back was.
Come on. You don't know who the Titans running back was?
Can't think of it right now.
Before Derrick Henry?
Before Derrick Henry, the Titans running back was...
You're getting buzzed before you answer. Chris Johnson was the running back, but that's not the answer.
Oh my God. Yeah.
TJ2K
All
only
right.
rushed for 1,200 yards that season.
All right.
He was 9th in the NFL as far as running backs go.
So give us the answer. Give me the team, and I'll give you the answer.
I would hope you get this correct. The team is Seattle. The Seahawks duo.
So Marshawn Lynch and Russell Wilson.
Yep.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
That would have never came to mind because I forget that Russell Wilson was that mobile where he would be like top 3 for quarterbacks.
Right, because I only think Russell Wilson like scrambling for a first down and being very good as a runner doing that. Even like 3 years ago being able to do that. But yeah, he racked up the yardage. Incredible.
All right, so Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson on pace to be the first running back quarterback duo to be top 3 in rushing at their individual positions in the same year since Alfred Morris and RG3 did it at the same time as Russell Wilson and the ageless Russell Wilson, by the way, and Marshawn Lynch. Beast mode. That's incredible. I love it. We don't have enough time for our get around because trivia ran so long because I have no quit in this body. I'm a dog. I'm an absolute dog. So as we prepare for happy hour on the other side with Tina, it reminds me that we need to get in these folks' ear. It's been actually, you went to Duffy's over the weekend. I haven't been to Duffy's. It's been a couple of weeks now. I keep going out of town and whatnot, so I need to pull up to a Duffy Sports Grill soon. And it's because that is the perfect place to go if you want to be able to watch sports, enjoy some good food, and of course have 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. We do the happy hour here on Theoretically Speaking. Every day is happy hour at Duffy Sports Grill because 2-for-1 drinks, doesn't matter what time it is. Check your watch. It's 2-for-1 time. Every time you're in a Duffy Sports Grill. Duffy'sMVP.com. Jump online right now. Check them out. Make sure you can check out the menu and see what the nearest one is to you. And if you're ready for some football, you're going to love the new gridiron starters on the menu for you. House-made fried pickles, smoked fish dip, gridiron nachos, crispy fried green beans, and of course the loaded and barbecue pig skins. And CCAT confirmed there are espresso martinis at Duffy Sports Grill.
I had 2 of those new starters for football season. When I went, had both the gridiron nachos, delicious. I don't know what kind of cheese sauce they conjure up there at the local Duffy's, but it's fantastic, and I love it. And, man, when I say crispy, I mean crispy pig skins for sure.
Yeah, and you know me, I love the amazing mozzarella sticks. That's my go-to. Duffy'sMVP.com. At Duffy's, our game is always on. The happy hour is next with Espresso Martina. She's going to pull up on us, and guess what? As we're talking about who made us look like a football genius, Tina's telling us that she looks like a matchmaking genius, a Cupid of sorts. CCAT doesn't believe her. I certainly am usually inclined to think that Tina's telling the truth, but I need some proof. She gives us that proof on the other side. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Fall in love with your favorite sweet treats at DQ Grill & Chill. Featuring the blizzards of the month, pumpkin pie with world-famous soft serve, real pumpkin pieces, whipped topping, and nutmeg. Or the French silk pie blizzard, combining all those iconic velvety rich flavors, plus new blizzards on DQ's fall menu, such as caramel Java chip, Reese's Pieces cookie dough, and salted caramel truffle. If that's too much and need a quick kick, try the new DQ White Mocha Shake. DQ Grill & Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road, and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Hi, this is Kevin Dalton, owner of the Unlimited Auto Wash. You'll love our daily specials. With our loyalty card, you can save up to $5 off any wash on Mondays if you're a guy, Wednesdays for the ladies, and seniors 55 and older every Thursday. And Tuesday is Double Stamp Tuesday. With 6 locations, there's an Unlimited Auto Wash near you. Plus, we have unlimited monthly plans that offer inside and out washes with Tire Shine for just $44.95 a month. Visit unlimitedautowashclub.com or call 561-WASH-ME-TOO for a location near you.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Rubenstein Law. 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Car accident, truck accident, Uber or Lyft accident, or a slip and fall. Call Rubenstein Law. Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL and visit one of our offices throughout Florida.
Welcome to Homestead Miami, your home for the racing high life. A track as vibrant and colorful as South Florida. An Xfinity and Craftsman Truck Series playoffs doubleheader on Saturday. A Cup Series playoffs showdown on Sunday. And it's all caliente.
Side by side for the race lead.
NASCAR playoffs weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway, October 26th and 27th. Get your tickets now at homesteadmiamispeedway.com.
Hell of a job, guys.
It's a Twin Peaks Tuesday. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge for eats, drinks, and scenic views. This is ESPN 106.3.
Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy, so your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks is the best way to win real money this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code THEOD to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup.
Welcome into the Kaiser Sports Update. I'm Cade Chumsland. The Seahawks football program continued its dominance in the Sun Conference with a win Saturday over Southeastern 17-10. The game was all knotted up at 10 apiece headed into the fourth before Andrew Burnett rushed it in for the go-ahead and ultimately deciding touchdown. The victory extends the longest winning streak in the country at 16 games, as well as keeps the Seahawks undefeated in Sun Conference play. Other action for Kaiser Athletics, the number 2 ranked women's soccer team found 2 wins last week against Ave Maria and New College of Florida. The team is now 11-0 on the year and has not allowed a single goal since September 18th. The number 13 men's soccer team also beat Ave Maria 3-2. The women's volleyball team went 1-1 for the week, and men's and women's swimming and diving lost to Florida Atlantic University. This week's Seahawks slate includes more football, soccer, and volleyball, plus women's golf is on the road, and the women's basketball team hosts an exhibition match against Fort Lauderdale.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It's me again, Theo Dorsey here, theoretically speaking, on ESPN 106.3. C-Cat's on the other side of the glass, on the ones and the two. Are you on both of them today? Because you should be feeling high. Yankees in the World Series.
Chicka chicka, yeah. Spinning records.
Was that like you imitating a DJ?
Mm-hmm. One part, people, hands up, hands up.
Oh my gosh. So he would be a terrible DJ. He would be a terrible DJ. But you're a great producer.
Thank you.
Which is what we pay you to do. Not me, but them. Tina is here for the happy hour. And what do we pay you to do?
Have fun. Bring good vibes.
Everything. legitimately everything around this office, it seems. And you know what? Just like Patrick Mahomes, just like Patrick Mahomes, who you apparently are synonymous with. Who was it? Bubba?
Yes.
Bubba in the YouTube chat a few weeks ago said you are the Patrick Mahomes of ESPN West Palm.
Some said I was Andy Reid, which I still didn't.
Yeah.
I don't really understand.
I don't get that one either. I've been
given a few names. Some might make sense.
Yeah.
Some don't.
They call it CCAT the Russell Westbrook, which is topical because the NBA tips off today. I like that one for you, CCAT. Efficient.
Yeah, I guess so.
Not efficient.
Some people call Tina the Trevor Lawrence of ESPN West Palm.
Doppelganger.
Striking resemblance.
Yes.
To Trevor Lawrence with the flowing locks. But we call you here Espresso Martina.
Yes. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Is ever since this new nickname has come up, you do not say espresso anymore.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Espresso. I love it.
First of all, I think that it's endearing and it is on brand for me to say espresso when I'm talking about espresso martinis or espressos themselves. But I'm trying to, I don't want to say your nickname the wrong way because then people will not understand what I'm trying to say.
That's true.
So I'm trying to properly brand you.
Tina made a logo for herself.
No, I didn't.
She did.
Someone made a logo for me.
Tina commissioned someone to make a logo for her.
I did
Paid
not.
somebody. I saw her Cash App.
No, they didn't.
We're friends on Venmo. I saw the transaction.
Ooh.
It said, thanks for the logo. A little heart. $78, by the way. Specifically. I'm like, who charges those kind of rates?
No, one of our interns, Ashley, she made that on her own and sent it to me. It was so cute. But wait,
Did you? Hold on a second. Stop the music.
What did I do now?
Tina, did you take time out of our intern, Ashley, who also is a flag football superstar? Did you take time out of her day and command her to make you a logo?
No, she actually, I was looking for a project and I wanted to share on my personal social media, Tina in the Wild with 2 Ds, the segment of us showing my nickname.
Yes.
And so
It's a good idea you had, by the way.
Right? Yeah, you didn't do it. So I was like, hey, there is this. Here is the show.
Yeah.
Here's where you cut it up. And she, on her own, made that video. And at the end of it, I saw the logo. And I was like, that is so cute. And then she sent me the logo on her own. And she did it all by herself. On her own. She's amazing.
I don't know. I'm
You
gonna
can
have
ask
to.
her.
I'm gonna go to HR on this one. I got to
That's
see
fine.
if it is proper use of company time for you to be commissioning interns. Which, by the way, I guess at least you Venmo'd her $78. But to make a logo for you is pretty self-centered. But you know what, Tina? We love it because it's Espresso Martina, and we're a fan of the nickname because we created it on the show.
Wait, you brought up something, though.
Yeah.
Is it just me? Or does anyone else go on Venmo and look at the feed of what people are requesting money for or paying money for?
Yeah.
Because I put way too much time into that.
You scroll your Venmo activity log?
I scroll and see like, oh, what are you paying? Like, oh, what could this mean?
Oh
like,
my
you know,
gosh.
I definitely look into it. Spend my time wisely.
Takeout, fantasy football, and drugs. That's all I see on Venmo.
Mostly,
Yeah,
it's a lot of
that's not
drug
mine.
action. Well,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times people like jokingly put stuff like drugs and stuff when it's really a regular transaction. Like I had a buddy that every time he Venmo'd me and I told him to stop, would say it was for like the solicitation of you know what. And I was like, yo, just stop putting that because I don't know if other people can see that message and it's going to me. I didn't like it.
Some of them can be public and some are private.
Yeah.
So
I don't understand Venmo enough. That's why I've actually, in all honesty, deleted the app. I use all the other ones. No, and none of us pay us. None of them pay us, but if Venmo does want to pay us, I will download the app again. We're theoretically speaking here on this Tuesday. Of course, coming off of a Monday Night Football doubleheader, we had the Chargers and the Cardinals playing in a pillow fight. But then we had the game of the night, which was the Buccaneers and the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, 5 passing touchdowns. Derrick Henry, 169 yards on the ground. No touchdowns through the ground, but 1 through the air. And the Ravens steamroll the Buccaneers 41-31. Not at the hands of Baker Mayfield and the Bucs, who were clawing their way back at the end, trying to fight to cover. I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, that was really weird. And poor Chris Godwin, Penn Stater, separated ankle or dislocated ankle. It was a
Out for the
tough
season.
look. I did like his mindset, at least. While he was getting carted off the field, you could read his lips saying, back to work.
Yeah.
Back to work.
Yeah.
All right, just a setback.
Contract year for him, too. And he was en route to probably not a major payday, but a pretty good one for a 29, 30-year-old wide receiver because he was almost like top in the league in all categories, receiving touchdowns, receptions, and yards. So I do feel bad for him that he lost his season on a play that was literally like it did not matter. They were not going to come back in that game. But Them's is the breaks. The Buccaneers likely out of the playoff race in the NFC now, if you ask me, because no Mike Evans for the next couple of games likely. A hamstring injury for a guy that's 30 years old does not age well in season. We saw that with Cooper Kupp. And no Chris Godwin for the rest of the year. That team does not have enough in the tank to compete for a playoff spot, not in that NFC South, which also has the Falcons, who, though they look bad against the Seahawks, I think they're a strong team. They're going to round out well once they get in the form.
They have a very important game next week. They take on the Falcons. They just get them at home on Sunday at 1 o'clock.
That's not good timing for that game.
That's when we'll find out, right? Because then it's a little tough. Then it's the Chiefs, then the Niners, and a bye week, and it gets really, really easy after the bye. As hard as it is after those next 3 weeks, or these next 3 weeks, as hard as it is with Falcons, Chiefs, Niners, it gets really easy. Panthers a couple times in there, the Raiders, the Chargers. So we'll find out this week if the Buccaneers improve to 5-3 or if they drop to 4-4 about the rest of the season.
It's crazy for the 49ers. They got 2 walk-the-plank games because this weekend they've got the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football, and the next week they'll have the Buccaneers. Those are 2 extremely important NFC playoff deciding games that the Niners are playing in, and they're 3-4. They drop both of those, they're definitely out, but both teams they're playing are desperate for wins as well. Love the way the calendar's set up for the NFL going forward here. Those schedule makers, looking like geniuses. Me, looking like a genius right now. And we ask you who in football makes you feel or look like a genius based on what you've seen through 7 weeks of the NFL or 8 weeks of college football. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Who in football makes you feel like a football genius right now, as we have 7 weeks of data points? And for me, it's got to be Derrick Henry being the most important addition this offseason. He's en route to break Eric Dickerson's rushing record this year. Not only that, his quarterback is well poised to become just the second player ever to win 3 MVPs before they win their first championship. The last person to do that, Brett Favre. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry together in that backfield for the Ravens feels insurmountable for defenses to figure out. It also makes me feel like a genius because I was the lone one who was saying, hey, guys, we need to pump the brakes on all the Bengals talk. I don't give a damn about what the Bills are doing. The Texans are cute, but that Ravens team and what they're building out there on offense specifically is scary, and we're seeing the results of it. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Call in now. Let us know who's making you feel like a football genius. Who we got here on line 1, C-Cat?
We got Devontae in Atlanta.
Devontae's in Atlanta. He's here on Theoretically Speaking. The Falcons certainly don't look like geniuses following what they let the Seahawks do to them at their crib. But Devontae, who makes you feel like a football genius 7 weeks into the season?
Well, I was going to say Derrick Henry, but I definitely will say Jaden Daniels because I had him getting Rookie of the Year. And, hopefully all is well with the injury. But if he keeps playing how he is, he could possibly be the best quarterback in this class.
That's a good call, Vontae, and I appreciate the call. Jaden Daniels, for anybody that was angling for him in this rookie class, because there was a lot of Drake May. There was a whole lot of Caleb Williams, including on this program, and I was the one singing the praises for him, which I still think he has a good chance to make up ground in the Rookie of the Year race if he can get the Bears into the playoffs in what looks like now the toughest division in the league, and it's not even close. Jaden Daniels, the Commanders lead the league right now in point differential, plus 66. They're 5-2 right now. They look like the favorites to win the NFC East. Not the Cowboys, not the Eagles, certainly not the Giants. And a lot of that has to do with Jaden Daniels, even though Marcus Mariota stepped in and did the same damn thing against those Panthers.
And our numbers can kind of lie, though. I mean, plus 66 is what you said?
Yeah.
Well, literally half of that came from Sunday's game against the Panthers.
5-2 ain't lying to you, though.
It's not lying to me. They look really good. How much do you think, if at all, that team mowed even without Jaden Daniels? He was out early in that game, and the Commanders seized control and never looked back. Is that team a little bit better? Take the quarterback away.
Yeah.
Is that team, the way it's built, better than we're giving credit for?
I think the team is better than the names we see on paper, but I also do think that it's not like they've been challenged to a great extent this season, right? Like, that's another thing that we need to play into context. If I'm going to play that game with the Buffalo Bills, we also have to play that game with the Commanders. Who have they beaten this year? Well, they started the season with a 17-point loss against the Buccaneers. Then they barely beat the Giants. They barely beat the Bengals. They whooped the crap out of the Cardinals. They whooped the crap out of the Browns. Then they had that 7-point loss against the Ravens, which is the game that I felt the most confident in them about afterwards, because I said, okay, there they are against a real contender, and they were in it. They were in it. The Ravens had control, but they were in it. And then, of course, 40-7 against the Panthers is, You
know who they looked like? Passing the torch, or at least being introduced to the league as a legitimate, when I say threat, a threat to make the playoffs and be a mainstay in the playoffs. The Commanders, in their game against the Ravens, looked like rookie season Lamar in Lamar's game against the Kansas City Chiefs, where they were in that game the entire way. We thought, wait a second, Lamar's actually doing something here against the all-world Kansas City Chiefs. He does not look outclassed when this is the best team they've played all season as a rookie quarterback.
Right. Well, debut season was second year, right,
Yes.
Lamar?
Yeah.
Or because I know he came in that rookie season late for Joe Flacco. So, yeah, I do like the standing on that number 2 overall pick, Jaden Daniels, the Heisman Trophy winner. We continue to ask that question, though. Who in football makes you feel like a football genius 7 weeks into the season? Tina, you're here for the happy hour. You're a Steelers fan, so you got to be riding high off of what Mike Tomlin's been doing with your squad. I know that you also are a bald man and Jets hater.
Oh my
so maybe if you came into the season with that, angle, then you're feeling like a genius. Is there anybody in football that makes you feel like a football genius now?
No, I was gonna say it's just my Steelers.
Just your Steelers.
I feel like they always just make me feel like a genius. Like Mike Thomas just always winning.
He always finds a way to win.
He always does.
Yeah, and now it feels like at the very least his quarterback position is as good as it's been since we saw good football being played out of Ben Roethlisberger. So the ceiling is higher than we've seen in a while for Mike Tomlin and that Steelers team. So I'm not sure if they are a legit contender, but if Russell Wilson plays like he did against the Jets, and if he could put a couple of those performances together, we have to start taking them more seriously. But how many contenders can we have in the AFC?
You asked what makes you feel like a football genius. Russell Wilson getting a big blowout win over the Jets.
Yeah.
First game starting at quarterback. That makes me feel a little vindicated because I really still thought that Russell Wilson had more left in the tank, and we're going to see it this year. It's a Steelers team that's been starving for good quarterback play. In the last 3 years of Ben Roethlisberger's career, he was awful. He was immobile, he was always injured, and he was a shell of his prime years. And then, of course, every quarterback between Big Ben and now Russell Wilson has been awful as well. Kenny Pickett had a little bit of hope behind him, a couple of come-from-behind wins in his tenure, but he's been garbage after that. Mitch Trubisky, you name it. Mason Rudolph, the quarterback play, has been awful in Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson is going to lead the Steelers to the playoffs this year.
Wow.
It's not a hot take at this point. They're, 5-2?
But it's going to be because of Russell Wilson. That's why. You're going to see a rejuvenated Russell Wilson. So many naysayers, pontificators, as you like to put it, have written Russell Wilson off. He's been the butt of the joke the past 2.5 years, and he's going to get the last laugh this year.
All right.
I like it.
Of course you like it.
Yeah,
You're
I
a
like
Steelers fan.
But I definitely doubted Russell Wilson.
I doubt him.
Yeah.
I doubt him heavily, and I still kind of doubt him, and I do want to see what it looks like, him being able to string multiple games together. Xavier in the YouTube chat says the Eagles will win the division. He spelled division very strangely, Devision. That's different. He says Dan Quinn's going to be Dan Quinn at the end of the season, which is generally he has had a knack for having his team flail out. But that doesn't mean you'll win the division. That means that he'll probably lose in the playoffs. I don't think the Eagles will catch the Commanders. I don't think they will. If I had to bank on one of those two teams winning the NFC East, I might lean Commanders right now just because I don't believe in Nick Sirianni. Tina, you like the Steelers. You also like the fact that you, C-Cat, and I are gearing up for our Halloween extravaganza.
Yes.
We are, 9 days away from the big day?
Yes.
We're going to be dressed up in a team costume here on ESPN 106.3, and you can subscribe on YouTube at Theo Speaking to see that happen right in front of your eyes. Where should, because I don't know what we're going to do. We haven't decided on the outfit. We can still keep on calling for that again. If you can get us a Halloween costume for a black man, a white man in C-Cat, and a short blonde girl. A Halloween costume that we can do that's all in unison for that trio. And I've been told several times now, I mean, by the higher ups, that I'm not allowed to be O.J. Simpson. So no more O.J. Simpson themed costumes, please.
Any year, O.J.?
Any year, O.J., apparently. You can't even do it before the alleged murders.
Dang it.
So, and that's my thing. Is like, what? Yeah, like, why can't I be like USC's beloved running back O.J. Simpson or movie star O.J. Simpson, like from a Naked Gun? That's what they wanted me to do.
In the commercials, O.J. Simpson?
Well, it depends. Because
it was post?
Some of it was post. I mean, a lot of it, well, maybe not.
Busy guy.
Maybe not. Right? I'm tripping. Yeah, they weren't giving O.J. Simpson commercials after that. You're talking about like the rental car commercials.
Yes.
Yeah, that was before. So,
yeah. Was it
no
insensitive?
O.J. Simpson themed Halloween costumes, please.
Powder Puff Girls? It's not OJ top. I'm trying to think of just three people.
I said The Incredibles.
I would want to be Powder Puff Girls. Give me the green one.
What about Power Rangers?
Power Rangers. Give me the black one. I don't have to explain myself.
But is it like, do we have to corner you into being Frozone if we're The Incredibles?
Yes.
Because what if you don't want to be Frozone?
Where is my rain jacket?
All right.
Super suit. Where is my super suit? See, I can do the voice.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we should be The Incredibles.
I like it.
You know what? If we're going to be The Incredibles and get those costumes, we got to find a place to shop and get them.
And there's only one place to get them. And that's the Garden Mall.
There we go.
can all get our outfits for Halloween next week at the Garden Mall. And if you already have your costumes all figured out, this Saturday, October 26th, bring the little monsters to the Kids Club Spooky at the Garden Mall.
Oh.
Wear your costume to the Grand Court and indulge in offers from participating stores starting at noon. Booga and Hooga will also be in the house for a special performance at 1 p.m. Stick around afterwards, have your photo taken with the silly stars of the show. Fun is brewing at the Gardens Mall all throughout Halloween, and you do not want to miss it. Again, there's stilt walkers going around during the weekend from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., and you can gather around the not-so-spooky cottage to get all the fun interactive photo ops. The Gardens Mall is the premier shopping destination in Palm Beach County, located 1 mile east of I-95 and PGA Boulevard. They just got the coolest Halloween decorations.
Yeah.
And just it's like cool to take pictures there and just get in the holiday spirit.
These Frozone and Incredibles costumes, they are tight to the skin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be all the way out there.
Yeah, you got to wear.
No, we got to go full costume. I'm in it. Y'all are going to get to know me on that Thursday. We're still taking ideas for Halloween costumes here on Theoretically Speaking. Again, a black man, a short white blonde, and a white man who claims he looks weird. Full beard, too.
We got a problem in high school. These things called morph suits. You ever heard of that?
Morphs? No.
It's
where it like covers your face and everything, and it's like usually like one color.
Just think, full body spandex.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And you like see through the eye. Like it's one of those. They had a moment in like 2011.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And me and my middle school friend group, we all decided we're all going to get morph suits for Halloween. Why? I don't know. But we all went, bought them. I got the kids extra large because it saved a little money by doing it that way. It was way too small and it was painful to wear.
Oh.
But the high school had to send an email to all the parents. You had to wear clothes over the morph suits because some people out there decided just to go drawless.
It can get
morph suit.
It can get interesting if you go drawless with those things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not you're just all the way out there.
Mm-hmm.
You're just all the way out there. And also going with the kids, it was cutting you up, huh?
Yeah, I wasn't the one that was going drawless. I was a little more self-conscious where I had like pants on under the morph suit where it didn't look that good.
Okay.
I didn't look like a shadow or anyone. I had a black morph suit, but yeah.
Okay. So we're still taking those Halloween costume ideas. Xavier in the YouTube chat, again, presented by Prize Picks at Theo Speaking on YouTube. Xavier says the Addams Family.
All right, how do I put this? There black people in
I
the
don't
Addams
think
Family?
I don't think there's any black people in the Addams
I
Family.
watched Beetlejuice recently, and there's no black people in Beetlejuice.
How about
Okay.
The other
Wednesday?
side of the coin was Addams Family.
Here's the problem.
Did you watch Wednesday?
I did watch Wednesday on
Wednesday was
a little bit.
Why'd I
Couple
hesitate?
shows.
That's a normal question.
Yeah, you did. Well, yeah, I don't know
You
why you
did too.
hesitated. You did. We all hesitated. Well, I was trying to think if I remembered any black people in the Addams Family, which I don't. Here's the problem. I fear that the bag, the repertoire, the cupboard is empty here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast when people are trying to think of famous black people I can be. because I've only gotten 3. Every single time it's the same 3. It's just different renditions of them, either Samuel L. Jackson, Don Cheadle, or O.J. Simpson. I'm starting to wonder, and this is not accusatory at all, I'm just curious. Do white people in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast know any other black guys than Samuel L. Jackson, Don Cheadle, and O.J. Simpson?
All right.
Is there a 4th guy?
Let me think.
Think of a famous black guy that I can be that also might be around, a short white blonde and a white man.
Shane Wright. He is the sports anchor that I watch on TV. It reminds me of you.
Doesn't Ocho Cinco live around here?
Shane Wright. Shane Wright, by the way, bald. So Tina would hate that if I dressed up like Shane.
Thought we left that in yesterday. So
we didn't know. That's forever going to trail you.
Forever.
You're the woman that doesn't like bald guys. And by the way, Shane Wright with PBF, the ABC affiliate out here, sports anchor, he went viral one time on the Wendy Williams show because he looks like Morris Chestnut.
Who's that?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not helping the case you stated 30 seconds ago.
Golly, you don't know Morris Chestnut? Do you know Morris Chestnut, Tina?
I know the name. I couldn't.
Oh my gosh! See, here's the problem, and here's another problem I want to put out there while we're just airing problems out.
I know Mark
If y'all named a comedian or an actor or a famous person that was the level of Morris Chestnut, and I didn't know it, I would be getting ridiculed out here. Morris Chestnut is hugely famous. And he's a good-looking man that a lot of people like. Google him.
What we'll have to do
Google
is go
Morris
to
Chestnut.
Celebrity birthdays. How low on the list is Morris Chestnut?
He's going to be up there, top 5, top 3 on his.
Guaranteed not.
Okay. All right, we're going to look that up. How famous is Morris Chestnut, and should y'all both be ashamed for not knowing who he is? 888-760-37. Yes, you know Morris Chestnut.
I do, and Shane looks. I could see it.
Yeah, he does. But you hate both of them because they're bald.
I know.
Morris Chestnut used to not be bald. Shane as well. Most bald people become bald.
Yeah.
It
happens.
It's kind of part of the process in life here. I do, as CCAT looks up Morris Chestnut, and we try to figure out how high on the list of celebrity he is, because I am thoroughly shocked, appalled, and at ultimate dismay that y'all don't know who Morris Chestnut is. I do want to tell y'all where to go if you ever find yourself in air conditioning problems or trouble, and that is edsisyes.com. EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing is where I hook up my unit at and where I make sure I am safe and feel resolved, because I'm a Gold Plan member. And as a Gold Plan member with EDS, I'm able to ensure if I find myself in a pinch, I know exactly who to call. But on top of that, I get 2 different appointments every single year. And I schedule it around my time. I go to edsyes.com, schedule that 24/7 support right around my time, and they're able to come and do preventative repair as well as any kind of maintenance things I need touch-ups on. If you're not getting your AC system looked at actively out here in South Florida, you're really playing with fire. And edsyes.com is the place you need to go right now to get hooked up and either get on a plan or have them and come check out your unit. They also can come out and check the air quality in your home, which could be affecting why you're getting sick so often. It could be affecting really just your overall health. Sometimes it can even affect how cloudy you are up there in the brain. edsyes.com. Get hooked up with the pros. They've been keeping you cool since 2006. It goes beyond just a nice, refreshing house to come home to. It also is about improving that air quality in your home and making sure you're locked in. They have your air conditioning needs and your plumbing needs. edsyes.com. Do we have a resolve? And Cade Chumsland in the YouTube chat gives us another idea. Nick Fury, Hawkeye, and Black Widow.
Oh, okay. I thought those were 3 options for you for a second. No. I was like, wait, just Black Widow, just because there's a word named Black in there?
He's like, that works. Black. Again, Nick Fury is Samuel L. Jackson, which, again, is one of the 3 black men that people in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast know.
All right. So, Morris Chestnut. Sorry. I just looked at his face, and I've seen this guy from time to time at one place, but as a first name basis, or a first and last name basis, no chance.
What?
He is 25th on the list. Born on January 1st. How about that?
Oh, well, that's why. I mean, that's a very common birthday.
Who's number 1? Ice Spice, 24 years
Come
old,
on now.
rapper.
Wow.
So you're Okay, who's number 2 on that list? Because I don't think that that's a good way to accurately
Who's the 24
depict.
people before him?
Yeah, give me a couple other names that are on the list of January 1st birthdays.
You don't know Odatari, music producer, or The Wizard Diz, TikTok star? How about Noah Khan? I know Tina knows him.
These people are not as famous as Morris Chestnut. Keep going.
George Washington Carver.
That doesn't count.
Botanist. Vern Troyer. Remember Vern Troyer in the Austin Powers movie?
No, absolutely not.
He's the little guy.
Okay, guy. Hey,
Yeah.
I do remember that guy. Say hello to my.
That was so funny.
John Smith, the explorer.
Wow, from Pocahontas.
Yeah, that's him.
January 1st, you say?
Holly Ramsey, Instagram star. Diamond White, R&B singer. All the way down to 25 is Morris Chestnut.
Who's slightly above Morris Chestnut on that list?
That's funny.
Diamond White and Dinosaur, TikTok star. Dinosaur, 29 years old. And they really did Morris Chestnut dirty.
I don't think that counts.
I you know what? He did look familiar. I didn't see The Best Man, and that seems to be the biggest thing he was in. What? What's the joke
You
there?
said The Best Man as if that's not a classic.
Got 6.7 stars on IMDb, so classic. Using that word a little strong.
I can't believe Morris Chestnut is catching all of this heat.
I actually know him from the Anaconda movies. He's
There
in
you
a
go.
bunch of those.
That's what I'm saying. Morris Chestnut. I mean, this is a. I'm not going to get into this. Morris Chestnut is more famous than Baker Mayfield.
Wow, that's a reach.
I don't.
Morris
think
Chestnut. I would put Morris Chestnut above Baker Mayfield when it comes to both facial recognition and name recognition. Morris Chestnut is more famous than Baker Mayfield, and I'll die on that hill. But I won't die. I'll survive because I'm right.
He was on Nurse Jackie on Showtime. Never watched that show. Nominated for 4 NAACP Image Awards. How about that? He won one of them for Nurse Jackie.
I didn't know he was 55 years old.
AI Overview says that, that's Google's AI. Well-known American actor and producer who has had a successful career.
Well-known. Show me somewhere next to Baker Mayfield's name where it says well-known.
Dinosaur is also well known, I'm sure, too.
Thank you, Jalen, in the YouTube chat right now. No way any of those people are on the level of Morris Chestnut. A-list celebrity.
A-list is not, because I just looked up.
In the black community.
All right.
He qualified it.
I found the master list
Okay.
of contemporary actors in terms of how famous they are.
Yes.
Where do you think Morris Chestnut lands all time in terms of fame?
Can we get like a range?
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know how to give me somebody else's name and their fame number, and then I'll give you give me some kind of
YouGov.
context.
Morgan Freeman is number 1. Keanu Reeves is number 2. Denzel Washington, number 3.
Okay. Oh, shout out Morris Chestnut. Or Morgan Freeman. Excuse me. So you're saying, give me somebody like who's number 72?
Number 72 on this exhilarating segment of radio of the most famous, most popular contemporary actors.
Yeah.
We'll scroll to 72. Jack Black is number 72.
Okay. So he's above Jack Black. I'll give
Kevin Hart.
Hart?
All right. Yeah.
Wow,
hey,
never
73.
mind.
Yeah.
Never
you
mind.
are
Okay,
way
Morris
off.
Chestnut is 153.
You are off by several numbers. It is 462 is where Morris Chestnut ranged, just below Michael Imperioli, which actually is good company. That's Christopher in Sopranos. So I think they're giving a little too much credit, or maybe not enough credit, to Michael Imperioli, who was also in an episode of The Office as Dwight's sensei, if you didn't know.
Shut up.
What are you trying to do here?
I'm trying to push buttons and move on. I feel disrespected.
Time now for an injury report.
I just can't. I'm injured.
Wow,
Your
that's
heart's
crazy.
injured.
They
It
hit me
is.
everywhere except my legs.
Presented by
I'll accept
Baptist Health Orthopedic Care.
No
go
more.
where the pros go.
Lee, y'all trying to discredit Morris Chestnut. I will accept 0 Morris Chestnut. And now if I ever make a Morris Chestnut reference on this show, y'all better good and well remember who it is, because y'all forced me to know who Shania Twain was, and I had any kind of perspective on that young woman.
What's your favorite Morris Chestnut line? As great of an actor as he is, he must have many that stick out to you. You can't pick just one, like LeBron and The Godfather.
All right, let's see. Ricky!
Oh, the classic. Yeah, I've seen that before. I never understood where it came from, huh?
Sorry. Yeah, it's not even. Okay, I don't even want to get into it. I want to give you the Baptist Health injury report. It wasn't actually me. The Baptist Health injury report is on Chris Godwin, who went out last night for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the official word on Godwin is he is going to be out for the season. I had it pulled up and I lost it as we were talking about Morris Chestnut. But Godwin dislocated his ankle last night on the final drive for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they were down 10. He's scheduled to be a free agent after this season, but Godwin will not play another snap until next year under a new contract, and we'll have to wait and see if it'll be for a new team. The Baptist Health Injury Report brought to you by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Is joint pain affecting your quality of life? At Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, our team is experienced in traditional joint replacement surgery, as well as new, less invasive treatments with the goal of returning you to what you love as quickly as possible. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. Yeah. And that's the thing is when times like this happen, it's like the wind under my sails are depleted. Jalen comments in the chat too. He got the Ricky reference. Morris Chestnut was Ricky, and the scene was Morris Chestnut getting mowed down in a little gunfire there, and then the yell out of Ricky was in reference to my guy. But at the end of the day, C-Cat, we're gonna have to get you up on game when it comes to Morris Chestnut. And Shane Wright of WPBF, who got us in all of this, would be disappointed that you didn't know who Morris Chestnut was.
Just not by name. Listen, that's a problem that I have with a lot of things. Not by name.
Can't believe y'all, man. Go watch it. Go watch Boys in the Hood. Go watch Best Man. Honestly, go watch Best Man. That's a really good movie. You probably have seen scenes from that as well. On the other side, we have the midday midterms. Tina, you also have your last call for us. And
with no interruptions.
No interruptions this time from C-Cat. And, of course, we do have to discuss what the hell is going on with that guy, Jared Goff, because all of this Lamar Jackson talk is rightfully put. But what Jared Goff is doing out there in Detroit also needs to be put in the proper context as well. That's C-Cat. That's Tina. I'm Theo Dorsey. Shane looks like Morris Chestnut, and we're theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Mornings. Nope, not my thing. But when I imagine a McDonald's breakfast in my hands, suddenly the snooze button is out of the picture. Now for a limited time, the 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast deal includes the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, Egg McMuffin, or the sausage McMuffin with egg. It's like a fist bump for breakfast that says, you've got this. It's time to gear up and seize the day. The breakfast hype is real. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Attention chicken lovers, we asked for it and McDonald's came through. Introducing the Chicken Big Mac. Treat yourself to the mouth-watering perfection of a Chicken Big Mac. 2 tender, juicy chicken patties sandwiched between a sesame seed bun, plus classic Big Mac sauce, tangy pickles, crisp lettuce, and a melty slice of American cheese. Hey chicken lovers, we did it. Order ahead in the McDonald's app and save 20% on orders over $10. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through 12/31/24 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
Time now for a PNC pause. PNC Bank is committed to helping the customers and the communities they serve move forward financially. See how they can make a difference for you at PNC.com.
Hey, it's your boy JC. You know how much I love Hard Rock Bet, Florida's only legal sports book. So easy to sign up, so fast and easy to deposit, and even better to withdraw. That's right, win free money. Use your PayPal, your Venmo, credit cards, your bank account, whatever you want. There are thousands of props, parlays, live wager, which means during the games and matches and fights, who and what you think is going to happen. You can bet anywhere in the state of Florida. Get started now. Download the Hard Rock Bet app from the App Store or the Google Play Store, or just go online to hardrock.bet. So easy to use the app. And by the way, if your first bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back for another shot. Hard Rock Bet, up to $100 back. If your first bet doesn't win, you get another chance at it. Perfect time of year, Olympics, getting into football, and everything you'd want some action on. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling, call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. Election Day is November 5th. In Palm Beach County, eligible voters can vote during early voting from October 21st through November 3rd at any early voting location. Visit votepalmbeach.gov to find a location, check wait times, and skip the line by making an appointment ahead of time. Don't forget to bring your photo and signature ID. We can't wait to see you at the polls. Sponsored by the Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections Office.
Experience football in paradise this fall at FAU Stadium. The Owls host the USF Bulls on Friday, November 1st under the primetime lights in Boca Raton. Tickets are available as low as $20. That's right, just $20. That's Florida Atlantic versus USF in a college football homecoming showdown. Friday, November 1st in Boca Raton. For tickets, visit FAUsports.com. Florida Atlantic Athletics, winning in paradise.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
It's the Good Greek Spiro. For the best move ever, go to goodgreek.com.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Hi, this is Blaine Isbell, Corporate Vice President of Team IP. For over 30 years, Team IP has been a national leader in decorated apparel and promotional products. National corporate brands and 22 college bowl games, including the Boca Raton Bowl, make Team IP their partner of choice. Team IP, located right in our community in Stuart, is a proud partner of ESPN West Palm. Contact me anytime at 877-821-8643 or head to teamip.com and take the first step in making Team IP your team to boost your brand.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Man, it's like Tina trying to move off of her spot here. We got a last call coming up, and you don't want to give the people the good knowledge, the good feels. Like when you toast to that last call at the end of this segment, something happens in the bodies and the minds of our fans and viewers, and I want them to be able to get that again.
I hope so.
It's the happy
Some
hour.
of them will be, positive,
Yes.
motivating. Some will be like, don't do this.
Yeah. Either one, the people need it. It's nourishment to our sensibilities, man. C-Cat, I know you're in favor of her not giving any more last calls. Because you're just a Tina hater. You don't like Espresso Martina.
Never said that.
But I know somebody who absolutely is one of the biggest fans of Espresso Martina and a friend of the show and one of the nicest people I've ever met and a better Ravens fan than C-Cat. He's Larry. He's in Boynton, and he's on Theoretically Speaking. Larry, are you enjoying Victory Tuesday?
Oh, absolutely. Magic number of 5. 5 passing touchdowns, 5 straight wins, 500-plus yards of offense. It was a beautiful night.
Come on. CC Cat, did you have those stats off the top of your head?
No, I had no magic numbers in my head.
Larry, you're calling in because you say you have the perfect Halloween costume for myself, Theo, black man, C-Cat, white guy, and Tina, young, or not young. I keep saying young.
Yeah, not young.
Short.
I am young.
Not young.
Short blonde. Short blonde. I'm sorry. I don't want to keep on characterizing what your age is. You are whatever you want to be, Tina. But Larry, who should we
not
be?
young.
Yes.
Who should we be for Halloween?
Surprise, surprise. I'm not picking one of the other black people that you picked out, Theo. I say you should be the Black Eyed Peas. You as Will.i.am, Tina as Fergie, and C-Cat as Taboo.
Okay, I was about to say, I don't know who the third guy is. I was waiting for you to drop that name. Okay, so Will.i.am, Fergie, and Taboo?
Yeah, he's a little bit, he's Native American. I got a little Native American in my blood. I can rock with it.
I like it.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
That's a great submission. I appreciate you, Larry, and thank you for being one of the only people in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast who knows more than just 3 black folks. Again, everybody keeps giving me the 3. Don Cheadle, what was it? O.J. Simpson and Samuel L. Jackson. So I appreciate you changing it up, Larry. Yeah, that was Larry and Boynton right there with a Halloween costume. Like, first of all, how do you dress like Fergie?
You just find we probably could find an album cover that we just
that they
match.
do and just replicate that album cover. And who
I
the
can
hell is
see it
Taboo?
now bumping back with the music. I'm a bee.
Oh yeah.
I got a feeling. Okay, boom, boom.
Oh
pow.
yeah, that'd be hard. That'd be
Time of
hard. We
my
could do a whole
life.
theme show. Black Eyed Peas. Looking it up right here. I just want to see what your boy looks like. Taboo.
You know, fair skinned pop artist. That kind of fits the bill for me, I would say.
Okay,
that
I
was
can see it. Who's this other black guy? I didn't know
Is
it
it
was
the one
four
with the
people.
ponytail? Not the one with the ponytail.
I'm not sure either. But I know the Black Eyed Peas were one of 3 albums I downloaded to my iPod Touch.
Okay.
Love the album cover. Yeah.
I got some Native American in me as well, man. So,
listen, you don't gotta try to one-up me, but yeah.
I was just saying, I was relating to you as as your friend.
I'm the kind of Native American guy on the show. Let's leave it that way. You don't got to take that from me.
Are you? When did you get that?
I'm
a
little
ago.
bit.
I missed this one?
Yeah.
I got Cherokee.
Yeah, me too.
I have some
That's what I'm
Cherokee.
saying. You got some Cherokee?
Yeah.
All right, come on, guys.
You don't have any Cherokee.
My dad does, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well, then we all 3 have a little Cherokee in us.
All right.
So
thanks, guys. You put it on your college applications. Yeah.
I could.
No, you couldn't.
I could.
Yeah, they wouldn't take it seriously.
Why not?
This low percentage.
Literally, how big is your percentage?
I'm in the 18% range.
Okay, I had to check my 23andMe. I'm probably like 19.
Want to take a ride?
Let's take a ride. Wait, I thought we were doing a last call.
What you mean you don't know?
That's cool. We can do a get around.
We'll do a
You
get
want to do a
around.
get around for your last call? We're doing a get around
Yeah.
instead of the last call.
You said yes.
I know I
That's
said.
the code.
yeah.
Let's take a ride is code word for get
I
around. If you
know.
didn't want to take a ride,
It's okay.
Stop. This is such a contentious show. Oh, Marlon Wayans from Scary Movie. Thank you, Travis. I like that one.
All right, back on topic, Tina. Jesus.
Is this just a black guy Travis knows, or is he offering this as a Halloween costume?
We're going to Boston, Massachusetts because the NBA champion Celtics open up their season tonight at home versus the Knicks. You look at the odds, and the Celtics are plus 300 to win the title, far above anybody else, the shortest odds. Theo, what is your percent chance that the Celtics repeat as NBA champions?
0. Absolutely no chance the Celtics repeat as champions this year. First of all, as dominant as they were last year, they were extremely lucky when it came to health. And they also, this offseason, have had all kind of things pop up. You had 3 guys go play in the Olympics in the summer. What's that going to do to their body? We got a guy in Jaylen Brown who, before the season, is more focused on how marketable he is than he is on getting out there and winning basketball games. And plus, Jason Tatum, he's not going to let another finals go by where he's not the finals MVP. He tried to go forward in that Mavericks series, and he failed. You don't think he's going to try a little bit harder this time around? The disease of me is going to seep into the Boston Celtics. The one thing holding them together is their guy, Joe Mazzulla, who is an absolute maniac. And I just can't see that team being a team that we look back as one of the few teams in NBA history to go back-to-back. It ain't happening. 0%.
Next stop.
Only 2 stops on the get around today. We're going to L.A. because LeBron and Bronny James are expected to make NBA history tonight in the Lakers opener against the T-Wolves as the first father-son duo to get blown out by Anthony Edwards.
Damn right.
Oh, wow.
Damn right they are.
Night on opening night is out here in Los Angeles, where I think we're going to see a historic moment with LeBron and Bronny James. Now, the Lakers aren't saying for sure, but they've shown their hand a little bit with Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr. being guests of Nike here tonight. This is a big thing for LeBron. I would expect, as long as the game is going okay, be in your seat at the start of the second quarter. That's when J.J. Redick did this in the preseason to start the second quarter. And the coach, I know it's his debut, but he is totally leaning into this, Greeny. He understands how this moment is energizing LeBron. And energizing LeBron is good for the Lakers. Forget about anything else.
Wendy's right about that. And again, that's Brian Winterhorse on Get Up this morning. He's right about energizing LeBron and giving him what he wants is good for the overall theme of this team. I do wonder how this makes Lakers fans feel, because this is obviously a season where you go into it saying, though we have one of the greatest basketball players of all time, we have no shot at winning a title. And it's all about a storybook season with Bron and Bronny going from town to town, almost like the Harlem Globetrotters. It'll be fun to watch from the outside looking in, but they will not be competing. Oh, wow. We get a last call, too?
Wow.
Who's this last call brought to us by today? Because I know, if I know Tina, I know that she's been actively in the gym 247.
Of course. I switched it up yesterday. I went to a 6 p.m. class.
Oh.
It was great. Still the good vibes, great trainers. But F45 is my spot. Went back to my normal 5:15 this morning. 45-minute workouts. You're in, you're out. You break a sweat. If you stick with it, you'll see results. Great community around you. F45 Palm Beach Gardens, F45 West Palm Beach. Go to f45training.com to find a location near you and check out their Instagram for all the specials that they've got going on. Today's last call was one that I was going to do yesterday, but I was interrupted by both of you.
It was really secret.
Is do not settle. And if you want something, go and get it.
Get it, yes. Oh, we should start doing where when she starts her last call, if we can finish it, yeah.
Okay.
We can fill in the blank. That'll make it interactive, and then CCAT can finally feel happy to be involved in it.
Yeah. And maybe
You like that. I know you would like that. Because
you would
want
love
steal
to
her thunder.
interrupt me and finish. You would.
I like that one.
Thank you for that very original last call, whatever
You can't
it's
even
called.
get it right.
Wow. Get the segment name right, CCAT.
You can't say Morris Chestnut.
Yeah. You don't even know who Morris Chestnut is.
I was going to settle today, but then Tina in the Wild said never
worst.
settle. So
You're
now
the
I'm not going to
worst.
settle.
You're the worst. I
Wow.
swear.
Well, you're welcome. You inspired CCAT to not settle.
Yeah, okay.
You just inspired someone to break up with their longtime wife or husband. That's what that means.
Maybe that needed to happen.
If it needed to happen,
Yeah.
Tina put it into motion. And
Yeah.
we appreciate you for nudging that person in the right direction. DNC Sports Podcast says he has the Lakers winning tonight, but definitely no chance at the championship. I agree. Prize Picks plays of the day on the other side as the NBA season tips off.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 1063.
Hurricane fans, get ready for one of the biggest rivalries in college football. On October 26th, it's the Miami Hurricanes and the Florida State Seminoles at Hard Rock Stadium. It's an orange out, wear orange, and bring the noise in a game you don't want to miss. The Canes and Knowles, October 26th. Tickets are going fast, so secure yours now by visiting MiamiHurricanes.com or by calling 1-800-GO-CANES.
PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the South Florida community. That's why they offer military banking products, champion veteran-owned businesses, and provide support to local organizations that empower veterans and their families with the resources they need to succeed. PNC Bank. See how they can help you at pnc.com/military. The PNC Financial Services Group, Incorporated, all rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Have you been injured in an Uber or Lyft accident? Rubenstein Law has been representing accident victims for 35 years. We're proud to have a fully English and Spanish-speaking firm with 20 offices in Florida, New York, New Jersey, and Massachusetts. We've recovered billions for our clients. We fight rideshare companies. If you've been injured in an Uber or Lyft accident, call us now. Rubenstein Law, 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Office in West Palm Beach. We're open on weekends, too.
When it comes to choosing a health plan, you can trust the members who have experienced it firsthand. Humana is proud to offer a Medicare Advantage plan in Florida that earned 5 out of 5 stars. 5 stars is the highest rating possible. It's based on real members' experiences, and it's decided by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Our Humana Gold Plus HMO earned 5 out of 5 stars. That means a few things. It means members get outstanding customer service. It means we connect them with excellent preventive care and chronic condition support. Most of all, it means you have a trustworthy option for a Medicare Advantage plan. Explore our 5-star Humana Gold Plus HMO at humana5star.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Every year, Medicare evaluates plans based on a 5-star rating system. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Lease the new 2024 Range Rover Evoque 250S today at Land Rover Palm Beach for only $499 per month with a 42-month lease and only $47.50 down, plus fees and first month's payment. Head over to Land Rover Palm Beach today, located on Okeechobee Boulevard just past the Turnpike, or visit LandRoverPalmBeach.com to set up a test drive of the new 2024 Range Rover Evoque 250S. Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Well, CCAT was supposed to bump us back with some NBA music. Of course, we have on TNT tipping off tonight. The Knicks at the Celtics, the reigning champs, 7:30 tonight. And then the Lakers and the Timberwolves following that thing up as the headliner, where we'll see Bronny and LeBron make their debut as the first father-son duo. And to celebrate, CCAT wanted to throw some, what is this, hockey? Is this hockey?
NHL on TNT.
Huh. So, there we go. That is the mood we need to be setting right now as we get our first leg of the victory lap for Inside the NBA. We get to say farewell to Chuck, Kenny, and the fellas. I'm going to give you some Prize Picks plays of the day for the doubleheader on TNT tonight in basketball. And if you don't know what Prize Picks is, we've been giving you the goods all football season, and now it's time for basketball season to take over. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. And all you do on Prize Picks is you hit more or less on 2 to 6 different player stat projections, and that's when you start watching the winnings roll in. Now, all for the month of, let's see, how long is this going to last? Actually, I don't know, but in perpetuity and including tonight, Anthony Edwards, his player projection is at 0.5 points. So that's pretty much a free square. You hit more on that. You already got one of your player projections out of the way. I'll give you 2 more that I really like tonight. And we start with the Lakers. I mean, if you don't like a LeBron projection tonight, if you don't put one in, then what are you doing on Prize Picks? His points plus rebounds plus assists are at 39.5. In a historic day, do you think that we want to be talking about how LeBron wet the bed tomorrow morning on TV? Do you think LeBron's going to let us be talking about that after he reunited with his son on the court? No. Hit more on LeBron James's player projection, 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And then I go to the C's, the reigning champ, and then Tatum is going to be looking to prove a point tonight. Best believe that. Against New York. 26.5 points. I'm banging the more on that. Tatum's going to be getting up shots early and often. He'll be able to score against that defense. Those are your Prize Picks plays of the day. You can play them today on Prize Picks. Use promo code THEOD. You get $50 for free on Prize Picks when you use promo code THEOD and you play a $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game, and make sure you use the promo code. It helps us out here. Go in love, go in peace, go in joy. We got Russo and Rizzo next on ESPN 106.3. Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.